Hi traders. First off, let's just talk about the data that's coming up because we've got Veterans Day tomorrow. So the US, Canada, and France are away on holiday out of the markets tomorrow. So very little data today on Monday, and then we've got the main part of the week is UK jobs on Wednesday, Chinese production on Thursday, and European GDP and US retail sales on Friday. So Friday is the big day. So what I'm looking at is, let's start with the Russell. Sorry, I should load this up. This Russell gapped up last week and got stuck under this fib level of 11,690. It's a bullish market. It's a very bullish market, but I do think we need a pullback. Either we're going to break up here and just shoot off. We've got the 50, 200 EMA crossing here, got the 21 creeping up. I think we want to come down and touch this, close this gap, and then push. So in the lull of the US away tomorrow, the futures market might just drift, and lack of data today might just drift and pull back, and then run up. We've got Thanksgiving on the 28th. 2.5 weeks away. So I think we might just drift into that period and then take off. But what happens around this area here will be crucial. So I'll be watching the Russell. Russell has been a good leading indicator recently, so that's why I'm looking at it. If you look at the S&Ps. S&Ps at the high RSI, very slack, very low level of data, low level of trading, low volume, I'm trying to say, on Friday. In that sort of range. So again, I think we need a pullback. Let me just update the fibs on this. Let's take that channel off. I'll leave that trend line on. In fact, I'll update that trend line. Put that resistance level in. So we're sitting on a major level of support with the 21 EMA, all the EMAs pointing up, but we're just a little extended. Now we may just take off, but I would ideally want to see, that's the trend lines. Yeah, so pull back into this area would be nice. That's a major support and resistance. But yeah, who's going to pay the price of this market? That's what I ask myself, and I think the answer is not enough people to warrant that continuing up, and therefore that possibly needs a good sharp pullback. Come back into this apex and burst out into the back end of the year would be a really nice place to see these markets go. Right, let's look at Forex. Very interested in the US and the yen pairs. US dollar yen, we need a pullback. Same story as the indices. We need a good healthy pullback, and the area I would love to see a pullback to is this 112.30. Now it could just carry on. There's no such thing as oversold. This market can stay up here as long as it likes. The RSI can stay up there as long as it likes. But in an ideal world, I think to get a lot more volume back in the market, I think we would need to come back down to that level. And it's not that far off. That's only a 170 point drop. So that's not a million miles away. US dollar CAD. We've got CAD data today, in fact. I think that's the only data we've got, CAD housing. So I like the CAD. I think this could... I'll look at CAD in the other pairs. There's pound CAD. So seeing some strength in the CAD. That's had a nice drop the back end of last week, second half of last week. Pull back to this certain level. I'm a great pound bull, but I think in the meantime that needs to come down to 178, at which point that could get bought. So you can see how we hit the fib level up there at 182. So that is interesting. One of the most interesting charts out there, I think, is the pound Aussie dollar. I would love this pound Aussie dollar to hit this support level at 182, 181, 880 area, at which point I would get engaged in that market to see if that could push up to 190. Pound yen, same story. We look too high, we look as if that needs a drop, so I think we cover that, haven't we? Look at the CAD Swiss. You've got CAD data coming out. That has been looking very good. I think this is a potential area for this to break out. I like the CAD Swissy a lot. In fact, I'm going to buy some this morning at this level here, 85. I'm going to try and get a pullback to 85, maybe a little lower if I can, because I like the look of that one. And let's just look at the, sorry, let's recapping back to the DAX. The DAX has gone on a little run this morning, nice dip. And they bought the lows. Again, same story. We're trapped between the 50 and the 200, which always tends to means the markets are a little bit choppier as they play within that range. But it looks this morning as if that could be trying to bust up. Gold. I traded the gold last week on the Thursday, got stopped out, and then ran on the Friday. That's trading. I would, however, buy that 1150. I'm going to put an alert on that 1150 because that to me is a nice reversal pattern. Let's update the fibs. I'm going to put the fibs on this last move and see where that sits. Yeah, so we're coming to a fib level, resistance level up there. So I think a pullback to, if I can get 1150, I would be a buyer to see if we can retest 1200. It's in a clear downtrend, but this is a significant bounce, and I'm prepared to risk some capital to see if that can push up to test the 50 EMA up there at 1215, but 1200 would be my target. Have a quick look at oil. I think the oil has reversed. We had a hammer, close above next day, the pullback to 77.30 has got bought. I would expect to see a test of 80 plus this week. This is a good cyclical time of the year to buy oil, so I'll be looking at oil stocks as well. The food sector I've been talking about has been doing really well. If you look at WFM and TSN, you'll see why I've been talking about that for a while. Alright, I hope that helps. Traders round table, I will devise a good subject for that. I think I'll look at simple strategies. I'll be looking at simple strategies in Traders round table. So I hope to see you then, and look forward to seeing you at the next update.